Hello guys, welcome back to the part 2 of basic strength of amines. So in part 1 we have already covered these points, that how the basic strength of nitrogen related compound is affected by electronegativity, how it is affected by the delocalization through resonance, and how it is affected by when the delocalization of the pair of electron becomes the part of aromatic character. So all of these things we have already discussed. So if you have missed that, link is given in the description box. Go and watch the first part. Now in this particular part I am going to discuss some very important other aspect of this. One of the very important aspect is the ring size, and especially if the nitrogen is the part of the ring. How does it affect the basic strength? So let us look into it and let us see how the whole thing used to happen. So guys, whenever nitrogen, say for example, is the part of 6-membered ring, what is the name of this? You remember the name of 6-membered nitrogen which is aromatic? The name of this is pyridine. Yes or no? So similarly, the name of this is piperidine. The name of this molecule is piperidine. Now coming to the other examples, like from 6-membered, I am going to switch now to the 5-membered nitrogen containing cyclic molecule. All are saturated only. You can see in every case we have sp3 hybridization. It is not delocalized at all. Every nitrogen is attached with 2 carbon. Now let us reduce the size of the ring furthermore. So now we have come across 4-membered. Now we have come across 3-membered. Now how to decide the basic strength among them? Right? How to decide the basic strength among them? The very important part that you need to understand, there is a phenomena called inversion that automatically happens in the case of amine. What is that? Like it has been observed that nitrogen which is sp3 hybridized, suppose if contains some R1, R2 and R3 group, then it very rapidly interconvert into its another, technically if you will talk about, it is enantiomeric pair, but in reality every single molecule used to undergo into inversion. So because of this inversion, you can say in between what is happening, this nitrogen before taking transition from this state to that state, nitrogen is definitely making R1, if you take in a plane R1, R3 and R2. So before going into the transition from this state to that state, it is definitely attaining a planar configuration and then switching its electron cloud from this side to this side. So this is, you can say this is the transition state. That's how the whole thing is happening. Now because of inversion, how the basic strength will be affected? It is affected because the availability of this pair of electron from the either side of this plane will become less as compared to if it is not undergoing any kind of inversion. one of the best example for this particular thing is how to stop inversion. You can join all three bonds of nitrogen through a specified ring like this. You can also show in this way. Structure will look like this. So this is one of the way by which you can stop this inversion, because at this center you can't expect a planar arrangement, how it will undergo inversion. So it is very difficult if it is a 6-membered ring and that every bond is connected here, because you cannot attain planar configuration about this. So that is why it is much better base than its analogous form, which is non-cyclic, like ET. So this molecule is better in terms of basic strength. Right? So this is the effect of this inversion. Now what happens if we reduce the size? Reduce the size of the ring. Technically, if you will ask, there are two things which are changing over here. This bond angle, and changing the bond angle also changes the electronegativity, or you can say the percentage S character, where we have the lone pair of nitrogen. Right, that changes directly, although you may be thinking by hybridization, but it is not the only aspect by which the percentage S changes. Okay, I am not talking about nitrogen as a whole, rather I am trying to tell you that there are 4 different orbitals, right? This is a case of unequal hybridization, means nitrogen is there, hydrogen is there. So technically, if ideal hybridization is there, then all the 4 orbitals will be sp3. But in this case it will not happen, because we are having lone pair which is not symmetrical to the other. Even NH bond is not symmetrical to NC bond. So this equal hybridization, equal participation happens when we are having identical bonds all around. Like if you talk about NH4, every single bond is sp3. Every single bond, every single orbital of nitrogen is sp3. Right, which is going to participate in the bond formation. But anyway, so when you are changing the angle, when you are changing the ring size, it is affecting, definitely affecting. At the same time, the another very important aspect is happening, that because this 6-membered, here we can attain 120°, so inversion is also possible at this end. It can come to planar arrangement and then can invert like the way I discussed here. So the lone pair can be above the plane and can go in below the plane also. But the moment you will reduce this angle to 108, as you know, this is 120° angle. Here 108 possibility if it will be in plane. Here 90°. So gradually you are decreasing the angle. That means gradually you are decreasing the possibility of inversion. So that is why the basic strength goes like this till here. But when it comes to 3-membered, because of unequal hybridization, the pair of electron which is there in case of this nitrogen, this particular orbital have more S character as compared to the others, because this angle is very less, 60°. So if you remember, like in case of sp3 hybridization, the bond angle was 109°, 28 minutes. In case of sp2 hybridization, the bond angle was 120. In case of sp, it was 180. So you look at this, percentage S is continuously increasing by increasing the bond angle. So here bond angle is 60°, which means percentage S is quite less here in these two bonds. Which of these two bonds? This one and this one. So if you decrease the percentages here, because you are decreasing the angle as compared to this, so the remaining orbital, if the s character will be less here, then other orbital s character will be more. So technically in this particular bond, in this particular orbital, the percentage s character is a bit better. So although it is, preventing the inversion of this amine, but at the same time it is increasing the electronegativity or percentage s character of this particular lobe in which the pair of electron is there, which makes it difficult to donate. And that is the reason the expectation was like this, but actuality is that 3-membered is the least basic among all. 3-membered is least basic among all. So I should write this 3-membered over here. So except this 3-membered, everything is as usual. Everything is as usual. Right? If you are interested in the values, I'll tell you that also. Before telling the values, last time I told you how in case of RNH2, when taken in water, how it gives OH minus and how Kb did. So Kb of this obviously, but it is the conjugate acid, so इसके लिए Ka भी define होगा, इसके लिए Kb define. I hope you know the product of Kb into Ka is 1. From here, pKa plus pKb is equal to pKw. Sorry, Ka into Kb is not 1, in fact K into K is Kw. So pKb or pK whenever I am saying, obviously it is understood I am talking about this conjugate part. So pKa is equal to basically pKw minus pKb. Now you tell me, a base is better if Kb is better, and if Kb is better, pKb, which is log minus log of that, will be less. Better base will have less pKb value, and if pKb is less, pKa will be higher, which simply means higher the value of pKa, better will be base, basic strength will be higher. So please simply remember, higher the value of pKa, better will be base. So I'll show you now what are these values. So the pKa value of this is 8 approximately. Now once again, more pKa, more basic, guys. So pKa is 8 over here. What about the pKa of 6-membered nitrogen containing? Is 10.68. Look at this, how better it is. Then 5-membered is 11.12, right? And that of 4-membered is 11 point. Just a minute, I did some mistake over here. Let me once again correct these data. So 8 for the 3-membered, and then 6-membered it is 11.2. Then it is 11.27. You can see the marginal difference is there, right? Actually it is 11.12, and then 27, and then 11.29. Right, this is how the whole thing used to. Now if you are interested, what will be the difference and how we are going to think if we are going to take this molecule as well. I mean this molecule, which is simply 2 degree. They were at 2 degree with this. So look, here also the lone pair is not delocalized. but here it is not the part of ring, so the inversion, the possibility of inversion will be higher in this particular case. So if the possibility of inversion is higher, my dear, then yes, this will be placed over here, better than 3 membered but not better than 6 membered. The position of this is over here. So this is very, very special. Except this, the whatever you think, the whole thing will come as per the inversion order, simple inversion order. Greater the inversion, lesser the chances of the basic strength. So yes, so you have to add one more point here, the tendency of inversion. I will add here, that is the point number 4. Reducing the tendency of inversion reduces the basic strength. Reducing the tendency of inversion increases the basic strength of amine. Right. So what are the other parameters? Let us discuss one more aspect where more than one nitrogen is present, which are conjugated to each other. Like if we'll talk about, that should be covered under effect of conjugation. Effect of conjugation. This is not very similar as we have already studied, like delocalization, right? Here I am talking about conjugation for multiple nitrogen. Say for example, I am taking one molecule which is this. Now the other molecule which I am taking is this, a really important molecule, very important, this one. This is very popular. The name of this molecule is guanidine. And this is also very good. Now let us talk about another molecule which just have one NH2, and there is, say for example, some CH3 you have attached over here. Now what do you think? What will be the basic order? Because on this particular point I am telling you, many a time IIT JEE and JEE Main have framed the question, right? So how to compare? So in first look, you will say, sir, it is not delocalized, it is localized, fixed. When you talk about this is undergoing delocalization. So on first sight, what you may decide that this is better than that, but that is a mistake, because the moment this is delocalized, if you look at this one, this is not only localized or fixed, at the same time after resonance, this is getting even more electron and the charge here becomes negative. So the donating tendency of this nitrogen, which was earlier also good because it is localized. So because in these molecule, in this particular molecule, when you talk about basic strength, so this nitrogen is basic or this nitrogen? Answer is not 1, sir, it is 2 which is basic. So we have to compare the best thing, na? If I am talking about the basic strength of this molecule, why should I focus on this? I will be focusing on the one which can easily donate. And now just look at this. This is added, this resonance added another flavor to this, that it can even more easily donate. That's what. So if your focus will shift to here, then you are going to get a wrong answer. But if you are very much alert that you need to look at, because more than one nitrogen is present, look at which nitrogen is more basic first and then compare more basic with this. So you will find that this is better, right, because of this conjugation, that hybridization is also not truly sp2, it is swinging. Now if we'll talk about this, my dear, this is getting resonance from both the sides. So you can imagine how nice this base is, and that is the reason this is better and this is even one of the best bases of organic chemistry is guanidine. Its strength is very close to NaOH. Inorganic bases, you can imagine how powerful this. Now one more thing I would like to add here. Suppose if you protonate it, my dear, suppose you add H plus, then what will be the conjugate acid of this? It will become NH2 plus. Now can you see one very wonderful thing about this molecule? I'll show you separately. I'll show you over here. Try to look at this conjugate. Can you see one fantastic thing? That every single structure is identical, equivalent to the first structure, isn't it? Can you see this? All of three are equivalent resonating structures. Because of the equivalent resonating structure, the importance of this resonance structure will be a bit more. That means it is quite stable also. And if the conjugate acid is stable, my dear, then the corresponding base, that means this one, will be very strong. That's how you can look into it. So never forget about this guanidine, how nice this is. The question may be framed like this. Suppose they may give you the situation like this. This is one of the NH2. How nicely they can frame the whole thing. They can frame like this. And they will be asking you about the relative basic strength of 1, 2 and 3. How will you decide? So obviously, as you can see, 2 was far better. And then what about this 1 and this 2? 3 is not at all roaming anywhere. So 3 and then it will be 1, guys. So be careful, such type of question may be asked. Okay. Now if you are interested in other examples like this guanidine molecule, you can simply add anything over here by not changing the core of this structure, and accordingly you can compare. Now let us look into another case like this. I already told you about, you remember about this. I already told you about this also. Tell me which is more basic out of these two. So this is fixed, this is delocalized, so this is much better. And not only delocalized, this is a part of aromatic character. Okay, sir. So what will happen if I'll take like this? I'll tell you the name at the same time, so that you should not forget the example. The name of the first one is pyrrole, another one is imidazole, this one you already aware with pyridine. What do you think? What will be the order? What do you think? What will be the order? So obviously, if you are going to compare, are you going to look at this nitrogen or you are going to look at this nitrogen? So this nitrogen lone pair will be delocalized through resonance, but this one will not, just like pyridine. Right? So this is not undergoing delocalization and this is undergoing delocalization. So obviously pyrrole will be the last. What about these two? How to compare these two? So look, this lone pair is present as it is. This is not affected by anything. But when you draw the resonance of this, don't you think for a very less moment, because the resonance delocalization is so powerful and so fast that this will not be permanently seen, rather for a very small changes, you can say that that because of this resonance it will get a very little importance, but it will get. So like that you can do, and constantly if you do, there will be a stage come. Okay, you can go from this side also, you will get immediately. So by moving the electron from the other side, or if you want to go from this side also, it is okay. So don't you think that you are getting a negative charge on this nitrogen? So that gives a very little, a very slight advantage to this. I'll tell you how much difference will this cause. So out of these two, undoubtedly this is more basic. I'll show you the values of the Kb. Kb is minus 16, as you know, and here it is 8.9 into 10 to the power minus 8, whereas Kb here is 1.8 into 10 to the power minus 9, my dear. So you can look, the Kb is better, base is better. If you want to look at the pKa, pKa is minus 2, very bad. More the pKa, better the base is 9 point, and this is 5.25. So this is better than this one and the last. Right? So sometimes what happens, you know, and they used to club this with another molecule, like they say, for example, what they are doing, say for example they did like this, like they added here, and if they will ask, what do you think the basic strength of these three nitrogens, X, Y and Z? So my dear, undoubtedly the best out of them will be X, far better than Y, and this is far better than Z. Don't take negative ion permanently here. This gives just that additional advantage in the similar sp2 hybridize. So this sp2 will not dominate this one, whereas if you see in this guanidine case, this was dominated by any normal thing also, because here this lone pair is not the part of permanent aromatic character. So donation through this is far more effective than donation through the nitrogen of this aromatic ring. This is not that way great, but when you compare these two, then a slight advantage you can get, as you have seen in this value. Alright, hope you are understanding the whole thing. Now coming to one more, and which is really interesting part, is how the basic strength of aniline is affected when it is substituted at different positions. How does it changes the basic strength? So what you may think at first sight, my dear, you may think at first sight is, out of 1, 2, 3 and 4, you may think that in all of these cases, there is donation by the pair of electron. Everywhere the resonance is there, but if you look at this CH3, here it is not only giving plus I, you may think that plus M is also there. Not plus M means not through direct resonance, rather this CH2H, you know how it used to form hyperconjugating structure, and thereafter it used to delocalize by resonance, right? So if you want to use the word, you can use that plus I is also, it is supporting, and hyper also. Whereas in this particular case, in the third case, it is supporting through only and only plus I, which is much weaker than the ortho, and this is supporting here through hyper, which is hyper effect, as you know, is better as compared to plus I. Although let me tell you, inductive, hyper and solivation, all of these effects are quite poor. They don't make such a big impact. Now, how to decide the basic strength? So by looking at first sight, what we used to say, that ortho should be most powerful, and thereafter it should be para, and thereafter it should be meta, and at last we should get aniline, because there is no one to donate in aniline. Ortho is getting donation from what and what? Ortho is getting donation from plus I also and plus H, so it should be the best thing. But you know what happens, what is the biggest problem here is the moment you will try to make its H plus ion, I mean if you will try to donate H plus ion and try to make the conjugate part. So guys, as you know that more the stabilization of this conjugate acid, more better the base will be. But here is the problem, because of this CH3 part which is hydrophobic, because of this CH3 which is bulkier also, at the same time hydrophobic also, the extent of solivation of this decreases. And if solivation decreases as compared to any other, here it can solvate, here also it can solvate, here also it can solvate, and because of this particular effect, the orthoanilic acid becomes the worst, from the best to worst. यहाँ आ जाएगा. So what will be the order? Ortho will be here, and thereafter aniline, thereafter meta, and of course the best will be para. So here also you can use the word that ortho effect is there, but this ortho effect is not as strong as we have seen already in case of, what to say, carboxylic acids and benzoic acid specifically. Now, will this ortho effect be everywhere in aniline? In every case, we will get more and more least basic will be ortho. Do we have such examples where always this will be, or in most of the cases it will be? Answer is no. This will not be followed in every case, right? But suppose if you have taken like this, if you are thinking for this, like if you have NH2, then you have NH2 and here OMe, which is a good donor, and if that good donor is present at here OMe, ortho, so let me tell you the basic order. The pKa value for this is actually 4.6, that of this is 5.4, and that of this is 4.5. So as per pKa value, the most basic is which one, guys? The most basic is the para one. Okay, as usual. And thereafter you can see the aniline part, and least basic is ortho. Yes, So in this OMe case also it is valid that ortho is even less than the aniline. But what will happen, because OMe is also little bulkier, but what will happen if we substitute the whole thing with OH? Like you take NH2 and you take OH at ortho. Then you take NH2 and then you take OH at the para, and then you take NH2 and then you take OH at ortho. So what is the pKa value in this particular case? Sorry, ortho, para, and let us consider the normal case. Normal case means I'll take just the aniline. What do you think the values of the pKa will be? You already seen the value of this is 4.6. The value here NH2OH is 4. Sorry, this is 5.5 and here it is 4.7. So 4.6 and then 5.5 and then you can see 4.7. So here the ortho position 5.5. Wait a minute, I gave you the wrong values. Just let me correct once. These values actually I interchanged. So NH2OH over here is 4.7 and the one which is at the para is 5.5. Now tell me which is better, para and thereafter ortho and thereafter it is aniline. So right, so that ortho effect which we have seen in case of carboxylic acid, and you can say in other molecule of aniline, you will not see here. This is one of the example where ortho is not best but not worst also, because earlier ortho was even poor as compared to aniline. So because OH is not that bad, okay, it is not that bad, so it supports the whole thing. So we are getting like this, right everyone? And it will be even dramatic when you will take NH2 NH2, both of them NH2 NH2. So anyway, that I will not discuss in this video, I'll leave for the other part. So that's it guys. So we are almost done in the basic strength. Hope you guys are learning something from this and this is helping you to understand and build the concept in organic chemistry. Thank you so much guys. That's it for this video.